So Scott, we've played through our fourth pre-season friendly of 11 so far. The first home game here at Albert Park. What did you make of that performance this evening?
I think the first half was a little bit itty-bitty. Lacked doing the right thing at the right time. We said to the boys, listen, it doesn't have to be pretty at times, just put the ball in behind their defence. I thought they played quite a high line, quite a narrow defence as well, played a back three. So, yeah, I said to the boys, listen, let's try and pull them apart, let's try and make them spread. So we tried to get Gary a little bit higher, a little bit wider, tried to do the same with Johnny Goddard, and then obviously the injury to Monash was a little bit tricky, so we had to bring Johnny inside. But I think second half they upped the tempo. I thought the lads really sort of stepped onto them, made it difficult for them for maybe sort of 20-25 minutes, went off the ball for about 10 minutes. Seemed to go 4-2-4, which we didn't ask the lads to do, but it's pre-season. People were trying to get on the end of things, trying to score goals, make things happen, and the lads are in there. They've had a good workout tonight, so that's the main thing. We've come through pretty much unscathed. Monash is fine. He's got a knock to the eye, but he's someone that will go to war for us. So it's what you expect with people like him. And then the three lads coming on real positive. So yeah, no, really, really pleased.
And I think from what I was hearing around in the stand back there, a lot of people were murmuring about Gary Abasogan tonight, and they thought he was very good. He stood out amongst pretty much everyone, they felt.
Yeah.
What did you think of his performance today?
I think that's good news. I think it's really good news. I think Ascot, he'd probably say that he wasn't at his best. And then Beaconsfield probably could have done better, but I know how good he is. I wouldn't have begged him to come to the club if I didn't think he was good. And obviously tonight he showed what he was about, and I thought he was brilliant. But that doesn't surprise me. I've obviously been fortunate enough to see him play before. I've seen him play on 4 or 5 occasions for Bracknell on a grass pitch where it's a little bit slower. And when you put someone on a 3G who wants to dribble, he's going to cause problems, and that's exactly what he did tonight. He worked his socks off, got his reward with a couple of goals. And I thought all round, yeah, I can see why people were talking about him, but it's pre-season. Obviously he needs to do it when it counts, and I'm sure that he'll be a big player for us this season.
Another one of the signings you've spoken about quite a lot recently is Dan Bayliss. He combined with Joe Dandy for that second goal. From watching the previous friendlies so far, it looks like Dan Bayliss is a presence in the box that we're going to see maybe crop up a few times, hopefully this season, in front of goal. Is that kind of something you want to try and push him towards and getting in on the end of crosses and things like that?
I actually spoke about it at the weekend. I said that he won 2 headers in the box at Beaconsfield, where he climbed over the top of Sam Togwell. He had the sort of desire to go and win the ball. And then tonight, I wouldn't say that if he's claiming that for an assist, we're in trouble. But no, listen, it was an important little flick. He tried to obviously head it goal bound, I'm sure. But he's 6'3", 6'4". He's honest as they come. And he's only going to get better and better. I think he's 24. He's probably 250, 300 games into his career, and he's still so young. Still got a lot to learn, but I think his ceiling is very high. I think once you see him get fitter and fitter over pre-season, he's going to be a huge player for us. And not only that, he's a leader. He's a captain in amongst the team without an armband. So, no, I'm really excited by the lads that we've brought in. Obviously, Monash played tonight. You look at Nathan up top. Very unselfish. I thought there was probably 4 or 5 times tonight where he could have had a shot, and he's decided to play the correct pass. So you look at that and you think, do you know what? You can see how hard he works, but doing the right thing at the right time is what I said to the lads in the change room before the game. So whether that's taking 1 touch, 2 touch, whether it's being confident and around the edge of the box, whether it's going long, playing short, just wanting them to be effective. I thought they did that for the beginning of the second half. I think it took a while. People probably were under the impression that we didn't want them to go long from time to time. Listen, it's football. It's never going to be plain sailing. It's never going to be pretty. And I thought they mixed it up pretty well in the second half.
And you've already alluded to it, the 3 youngsters you brought in this evening from the academy. How important is it to kind of blood them in as these friendlies go on? We saw them get 20, 25 minutes each.
Yeah.
How important is it for them?
Yeah, so for me it was a decision to be made whether I put 3 older heads, maybe 3 trialists or 3 sign players on the bench, give them 20 minutes, and I didn't want to do that. I thought I'd spin it around again on Friday. So none of the squad that were involved tonight will be involved on Friday. Wanted to get good minutes into the legs this week. And I think you benefit from 90 minutes. So the 20 minutes that 2 of the lads got, and I think Rocky got 40 in the end, they'll go home tonight and they'll be happy, they'll be proud of their performance. Jacob's probably playing against the biggest, strongest, quickest man that he's ever played against, and he competed with him as best as he could. So really proud of him. Rocky came on, showed some really good touches. He skipped past his man when he let the ball go through his legs at one point. So he's done himself proud as well. And then Kevin, I thought, just worked his absolute socks off. Kevin and Rocky probably could have had a goal. but they showed real glimpses of what they're about. And listen, the step up is big because of the physicality, but really proud of all three of them. I think it needs to be a one club environment where we do try and get the best players through. It doesn't mean that they're going to be in the squad for the next sort of 6, 7, 8 months, but it's a pathway to get there, and it's good to see them under the lights tonight at Harbour Park in front of, I don't know, a couple hundred people. But really, really pleased that we could give them some game time, because I think that it means a lot more to youngsters like that. I've been there myself, than it does to maybe one of the older experienced pros. I could put myself on for 20 minutes at the end there, but 20 minutes for me is no benefit, but 20 minutes for them is worth their weight in gold.
And just finally, over the last few weeks, you've spoken about the need for maybe a few more loan signings in the future. Is there any updates at all about any possible incomings?
Yeah,
soon?
so we were helped out tonight by Sammy, the goalkeeper. It's been a bit of a difficult situation at the moment with trying to get goalies in to help us out, because we've obviously got plans going on off the pitch. We've managed to agree a deal verbally. It's in principle that for a Premier League goalkeeper, 20-year-old who comes highly recommended, we've done a lot of research. We've spoken to people at his football club, players that play with him, staff that I know, and they told us, listen, it's a no-brainer. So he'll be coming in with us hopefully sometime next week. We've obviously got the game Saturday or Friday, which will be too soon. We've got Thatch and Risborough next week. We'll probably look to play him in a home game for the first one, because taking him away to Risborough will be a tough game. It'll probably be something he's not done before. But that's where you learn. So he might be in for Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Just need to finalise paperwork. But really excited to get that one done, because I think there's been a lot of talk about who we're going to bring in, who's going to replace like the Will Dennis from last year. And I believe we've got a really good one on his way.
Brilliant. Thank you for that, Scott, and
Cheers,
we'll
Carl.
see you Friday.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.